jokes like that, are you in the guild? Jesus.
Well, we're back. I'm allowed to write them.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, that's right. I'm able to pull out the good stuff. The work I've been hiding away ever since the SAG, WAG, BAG, AFTA, CRAFTA, Shasta, McNasta. What's the whole? They have the longest, weirdest name. They're almost the LGBT sandwich community.
Now I know where they get it from.
Yeah, actually, yeah. Now that I say that out loud,
they're in both. Yeah,
that's right. Both groups are pretty much the same, and they've consumed about 80% of the alphabet at this point. If you're in the SAG-AFTA group plus the LGBT BLT sandwich group, that's half the alphabet, dude, that you identify with.
I think Z's open.
No, oh yeah, that's Zelensky, I think, right? Isn't that?
Oh yeah.
I still can't get over the two-spirit. Where did this come from? It's absolutely crazy.
Come on, man! It came from the Indians.
Nobody does two-spirit here, I noticed, but it's huge in Canada. It's always Trudeau or some Canadian. I think Canada's the only one. It's kind of like how we're the only ones doing Latinx. I think Canada's they're the only ones doing the two-spirit.
Well, I don't think they have Latinos up there.
Oh, no, now they have tons of, well, a good call, actually, because I was going to say migrants. But the migrants right now are definitely not Latino.
Well, technically, if they're migrating north, they're American.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Is Greg Abbott sending them to Canada?
Yeah, no, I think they're being sent to Canada, or they're making their way to Canada through other channels. I had a clip maybe a long time ago. We never got to it, I think. But it was about how Canada has a huge problem with the migrant situation.
Like, from where?
I still can't wrap my head around it, but...
Greenland?
That's right. They're crossing the Bering Strait through Alaska, and...
I mean, it's literally... It's all America around you. How lucky could you be?
So, yeah, I guess then the moral of the story is Greg Abbott is shipping them to Canada.
I mean, if you're a Cuban, think how far of a boat ride that is. You gotta paddle all the way past,
Well, apparently there's this almost like lazy river that goes along the coastline of America on the east. So if you can avoid the hurricanes, you could probably have a nice little cruise all the way there.
Think you time it right? You jump on one of those like floating Volkswagen Beetles
from
like 1960s.
Yeah, man.
with empty water jugs keeping it afloat. You jump on one of those, you think it'll take you all the way?
Yeah, I think so, actually. I was going to go more kayak, load up a kayak and just kayak my way, incognito, stealth.
These are Cubans. Dude, you gotta listen to some Cuban stories. It is devastating. Like a real Cuban, like from Cuba, tell you, oh no, there's kayaks in Cuba, but we're not even allowed to go into the stores. You are if you come as a guest.
Oh,
but
yeah.
As a national, the actual Cubans, they're just not allowed to go buy that stuff. They have to stick to like the socialist plan.
It's crazy how that just happened overnight, right? Like just on New Year's, Fidel's like, "That's it, we're taking over." Like
I know
that was
balls.
It's a wild moment in history. Apparently that takeover is why the whole Bay of Pigs kind of situation started materializing. Insofar as, behind the scenes, the reason why we wanted to go in and send our guys in to take over Cuba and take out Castro was that when he took over Cuba, he basically cut off all oil interests we had in the country at that point. And so major players in the oil industry got majorly screwed out of, multi-million-dollar investments.
Isn't that how that always works?
Yeah, so you're right. We did what America always does. We go to war with somebody else, right? We just start bombing some other country, man. All right, we're going to Vietnam. We got to burn those bombs somewhere, right? You got all this ammunition. You got to spend that dough, baby.
That's so true. It's crazy.
It's really crazy, man.
I don't know if you are still wondering, but I've been looking up the origin of Two-Spirit.
This is why This show is great, people. You don't get this kind of action anywhere else. We're talking Vietnam. We're talking Bay of Pigs. Now let's go right back to Two-Spirit. I love it.
So it's a disputed origin, and all I can really gather is there have been 5 conferences. This is like back in the 1990s, where these tribes like got together, and the problem is, Frank, you're not going to believe this.
Very
The
excited.
biggest problem with Two-Spirit is it's not inclusive enough.
Yes!
Because, as they put it here, with 574 federally recognized tribes, not all of them believed in Two-Spirit, and some of them had different words. So we should just learn all the different ones, add them to the alphabet.
Yes.
Right? I agree.
I mean, come on. Isn't spirit a spectrum like everything else?
Yeah. Well, I think that spirit is code for set. What is? Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, good call. How do they relate spirit to gender? I thought spirit was
I
like.
have no idea, man. I'm telling you, I cannot wrap my head around the
I'm pretty sure your spirit doesn't have chromosomes, so it's not like gender specific, right?
It's why those retard Canadians are the only ones doing it, man. You know what I'm saying? The more you dissect it, you're like, this is just dumb. No matter what.
I'm Two-Spirit. Sorry?
Well, no, the thing is, Canadians are just very nice, you know, and so they don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, man. That's why they just willingly go along with whatever bullshit you give them. Two-Spirit or vaccine passport, right? Like, it doesn't matter. They're just, they'll go along with it.
You're right. They're probably just like, yeah, sure. I probably just can't see it because it's inside. You're Two-Spirit. I got you.
Yes, just like you can't see the destruction happening inside of you from all the booster shots, right?
But you got to get them if you want to leave the country.
That's right, man. Yeah. So the Two-Spirit.
Poor Canadians. Yeah.
Yeah, the Canadians have it rough, and they have it rougher than us here because when they have to be inclusive and, you know, not get, the destruction of the woke culture and the cancel culture, they have to do the whole mumbo jumbo with the 2S BLT sandwich G thing. Like there's also I keep forgetting there's like a plus sign in there, I think, somewhere.
Well, this was really funny if you really start reading into it. A lot of the tribes are saying no, the Two-Spirit had absolutely nothing to do with like queer or gender or anything. It was totally different.
When did we get so far from just letting gay people have sex with each other? Not having a problem with it, right? This is a whole goal.
Yeah, this is a crazy. I don't know.
The Two-Spirit. Well, this is good stuff. I'm glad we kind of cleared up some of it. Again, I encourage everybody out there to take a moment, just research Justin Trudeau, apologizing about having the Nazi Ukrainian in the parliament, right? And in the apology, he lays out a thick 2S LGBTQ plus something else. He adds like a couple other letters I never heard of. It's insane.
Well, they were hurt the most.
That's right, dude.
Not the Jews. The Poles.
He mentions the Poles and the Jews. I told you he mentions groups from the future you haven't even heard of yet, man. He
mentioned the PB&J.
That's right.
Poles, Belgians, and Jews.
You know, he left out the AAPI or IP or P. I always get confused that one. AARP.
Asian Islander. What is it? American, Asian, and Island. No, that doesn't sound.
Oh man,
something.
well, it's
we lost it.
What a crazy couple days since our last show, man. You know, it's funny we do an episode and I'm like, that was good, covered a lot of stuff, and then the next day happens. I'm like, man, how are we gonna put something together for tomorrow, right? And it's just the news just spews out at you.
Dude, as we're coming live, it's breaking that they ousted. What's his name?
You're psycho. I was just that's right. When I was doing the clippage a little bit before the show here, it just pops up on my screen. And, well, McCarthy is out. Wow, pretty wild stuff.
Yeah, with no plan. Great job.
This is a banana republic. It's a total circus. I can't believe what we're experiencing.
They should just make Donald Trump speaker.
So yeah, what now? Do they vote on a new speaker? Is that how this whole plays out? There's a lot of weird stuff that kind of just occurred over the last 24 hours when it comes to our representatives. This happened with McCarthy, and I have a clip actually of Matt Gaetz. I don't know if you took a peek over at the docket before we went live, but it's not the best clip. I was searching high and low for a quality version audio-wise, and it seems to be that the microphone that was in the room while the kind of on-the-spot interview with all the reporters around him, was going on. I think that it was just not the best microphone. However, Matt Gaetz drops some phenomenal truth bombs here that I actually did not ever expect any representative to actually say in front of people or in front of cameras, on the record, if you will. Did you see this floating around?
I saw some of it, yeah.
I saw a lot of the second half, and there was that was good quality. The first half is what I
talking about when he was talking about Taylor Swift, right?
Yes, that's all I was. Well, he was talking more about Ryan Reynolds. That man's a fox. He loves Ryan Reynolds. Did you see Hugh Jackman too? Ridiculous. We're gonna talk Taylor Swift. Don't worry. I got some Taylor Swift. You're gonna love it.
No, that's why I had to say it. I just had to say it.
So Matt Gaetz here is gonna drop a major truth bomb on what is actually happening on a worldwide scale and why these lockdowns and all this circus and bullshit that's going on right now in Congress, and it's a kind of a distraction to the incoming fall that we're about to experience.
So he seems to be reverting to the very unfortunate muscle memory of Washington, D.C. that has put our nation atop a $33 trillion debt that has led to $2 trillion annual deficits in our near future, and the rapid global de-dollarization of the economy. I mean, you look at the BRICS system, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, they're moving away from the dollar. And just in August, they added 6 new countries, including G20 economies in the Western Hemisphere and Gulf monarchies. Moreover, you saw U.S. News say that the number one economic trend of 2023 is de-dollarization globally. This worries me. You all get all worked up that there's going to be some uncomfortable, chaotic moment, that I'll feel pressure from conservatives or Democrats or whomever. I feel the judgment of history. I feel the weight of that. I worry that when the history books are written about this country going down, that my name is going to be on the board of directors here. And if this country's going down, and if we're losing the dollar, I am going down fighting. And I don't care if that means fighting Republicans, Democrats, the Uniparty, the leadership, the PACs, the lobbyists. I've had it. I've been here 7 years.
The Uniparty, man.
Dude, he nails. This is what we're supposed to be voting for. People like this, man. I can't believe I'm saying it. Matt Gaetz, dude. Oh, my God. This is incredible.
Funny he didn't look like a buffoon.
There's something about him. I kept looking at this picture of him on AP, and like, it's his head. His head is way too big for his body, dude. The head is just enormous, man.
Like, you fit in perfectly. Like the conversation we had about how you get backstage, I get into any building. Like the basement.
That's right.
Just by the way we look.
Exactly.
Matt Gaetz could get into any frat house.
Yes.
You just belong in the frat house.
He's the guy you get your Coke from in the frat house.
That's why we let him in.
That's right. He brought the Coke.
You always have that frat boy face.
Matt Gaetz is the guy who brings the cocaine, folks. That's the guy. He's best friends with Hunter and Kamala, I tell you what.
They know the cocaine at the White House wasn't his, because it wasn't attached to a hooker. Always, Matt Gaetz brings the hooker and the cocaine.
This is why I love politics, people. It's both sides. They're sleazebags, man. It doesn't matter what little letter comes before your name.
Oh, no, the White House, a bag of cocaine gets dropped. They don't know whose it is. Actually, a very believable story. There's so many suspects. Every single person walking through that hall is a suspect. I mean, did Lauren Boebert just get back from a Beetlejuice concert? Did Matt Gaetz just get back from his trip at the beach? You don't know.
I like the idea of the real footage of the White House cocaine scandal. It's like Hunter Biden. He's all fucked up, and he drops his bag of Coke, and he keeps stumbling, and then like 2 minutes later, it's Kamala Harris, and she spots the bag of Coke, bends over, picks it up, but then her bag of Coke drops out of her pocket, right? And she walks away thinking she got the big score, right? And then somebody finds her bag of Coke.
And that goes down the line. Everybody keeps dropping their
You
bag.
bend over, the bag of Coke falls out of the other pocket. That's what I really think happened. There were just so many culprits, so many people to blame. They just, we got no suspects.
It'd be even better if you saw throughout the day, like, a bunch of cocaine bags drop, but people are coming back, like, 10 minutes later.
Yeah, that's right. Looking
So
around.
You see Nancy Pelosi drop it, but then come back 10 minutes later, and then it's just like one guy forgot.
I'm telling you, man. Matt Gaetz is a part of the cocaine crew. There's no doubt. And but I like what he's saying here. This is actually refreshing to hear it. And he's going to drop a little, like, a naughty word. It's going to really get people all worked up.
Leadership, the PACs, the lobbyists, I've had it. I've been here 7 years. We don't have a fucking budget. We haven't had one since the mid-90s. I am through with it. I apologize for using that word, but the only path forward here is to have single subject spending bills that can be reviewed, amended, considered, and I think that is the responsible way that our legislatures all over this country operate for good reason.
You know what? That's it. Matt Gaetz, you may have a weirdly shaped head, and I bet you do a ton of cocaine, but I'm all in, baby. Matt Gaetz 2024, let's do it!
Yeah, are you running? Hey, they're offering pizza every day. You should offer cocaine every day.
Give me some fire like that on the campaign trail from one of these bojos out there, dude. Like, oh, man. I mean, we got Vivek Ramaswamy Ding Dong. I mean, he's entertaining.
Rama swam across the ocean and out of this country.
Yeah.
Get out of here, dude.
He's kind of like an Indian version of Matt Gaetz. They look very similar, actually.
He's too young. You got to come back in 10 years, kid.
Well, either way, I'm a huge fan of this Matt Gaetz spiel, his little rant here. We need more of this action in my book. Less of the Boberts and the, AOCs. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's get more people who actually, are fired up about, righting the ship, man. People who maybe have skin in the game.
He's right. We really haven't had a budget in most of our lifetime.
No, we don't.
That's why it's constantly government shutdown threats. You know what I mean? It's always just this, and we're constantly borrowing more money, dude. He's right. $2 trillion just deficit just built in. That's terrible.
Yeah, it's bad news, man. And I think the real hammer on the head here was the BRICS nation meetings, how detrimental this gold standard could potentially be to the dollar, and how we may be staring down the barrel of a gun fully loaded and in the hands of Alec Baldwin. And so, folks, that's not good.
I mean, it's not. You see Bitcoin went up. That's not good.
Right. Bitcoin's, man, I don't know what to think about Bitcoin. I've always believed it was something that was in the control and probably created by the U.S. government.
Could be.
Well, they claim that nobody knows who the creator truly of Bitcoin is.
It's a Japanese guy, so that's what makes it believable.
Oh, that it's America? Oh yeah, man.
No, that's what makes it believable. That's just one guy.
Oh, because the Japanese they are infinitely smarter than we could ever imagine being. Just talk to Michikaku.
I mean, who do you think of when I say one guy might have created something that takes down the entire global economy?
Yeah, Asian. Yeah, absolutely. I'm thinking a Chinese man, probably. I almost said China man. Watch out, folks. It's creeping in there. Oh, no. Did you hear China no longer allowing their pandas in America?
Why?
They claim that our relationships are so frayed that they are recalling all their pandas. They own all the pandas in the zoos of the United States.
Let them have them. Dude, the panda is one of the dumbest fucking animals in the goddamn world. You know the fucking female can only get pregnant 2 days out of the entire year? And then
Really?
they're so fucking lazy. Yeah, they just sit there eating grass all day.
And you know one of those days is the Super Bowl. Like, you know it, dude. Right?
Yeah, you know it, dude. You know one of those days is just the day you worked the hardest, 14 hours.
It's the Super Bowl and then Labor Day. Those are the 2 days of the year that this panda can get pregnant.
Yeah, 2 days a year, man. It's terrible. They're like literally made to go extinct, but for some reason we keep them alive.
Well, I think it's the Chinese. Maybe, it's some sort of international plot. Maybe the pandas have been spying on us this whole time, man.
Oh, wow.
One of them might have been Dianne Feinstein's driver, if I'm not mistaken.
You think Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy got it wrong? It wasn't the dolphins.
That's right, it was the pandas.
It's the pandas.
Yeah, man. He's got this panda. He's got the driver suit on and the cap. He's driving Miss Feinstein, right? Feinstein. I can never say her name right. It's too bad. She's dead. That's crazy. Yeah, man.
So they really say that's how bad tensions are? We can't even rent your stupid bear?
We can't rent their pandas no longer. They're going to bring them back over the next year. They're recalling the pandas. And so that makes me think we're about a year away, maybe less, right, from some actual warfare action. Maybe the Chinese are kind of banking on they're going to start bombing the shit out of our cities. They don't want to lose their pandas.
I was just thinking that, yeah, they're not recalling the people because pandas are way more money.
They don't care about the people, man. No, it's just the pandas. They're far more valuable, and it kind of reminds me, like, right, when we are about to go to war with somebody or bomb the crap out of a country out there, what do? We call back the diplomats, right, and the ambassadors. We get them out of the buildings. Yeah. So China, they don't care. They don't value human life, so they're gonna leave all their people here.
You know what we should do? Paint a bunch of grizzly bears.
Oh,
send them over there with broken locks on the cages.
Wow, man, good call.
These guys think they're gonna get some peaceful little panda.
Oh,
we're gonna show you an American bear.
Man, what we should also probably do in that cage, dump in one of them, like a batch of those malaria mosquitoes Bill Gates has been cooking up down there.
It says we're getting rid of our garbage. In one of those cages, put Lizzo.
Yes, yeah, we'll throw Lizzo in for free. Lizzo for free.
Make sure to put some white paint on her and make her look like a panda.
Oh, man. Yeah. Wow. That is good stuff, man.
The de-dollarization, that is scary, man. Wow, people don't even know what kind of hurt we're going to go through.
The reason I found it interesting is only because dudes like us talk about it, and, we're really, gung-ho about this whole BRICS nation thing and how it's going to be really crazy for America. But we're a bunch of conspiracy theory, tinfoil hat nut job, idiots. Yeah. You start hearing people in Congress talking seriously about it with, like, some fire behind their words, I get a little nervous.
It is still just Matt Gaetz, but,
Well, he just ripped a line of cocaine in the bathroom, and he came out there just rip-roaring and ready to, just lay it on the press, baby.
Yeah, I gotta give it to him. Good job, Matthew.
Oh, well, who cares about government shutdowns and BRICS nation and de-dollarization when we have more important things to talk about? Mike, you are right, sir. You brought it up earlier. I cannot hold off any longer, folks. We got to talk Taylor Swift.
All right, here we go. We got to start off with Taylor Swift. Guys, the ratings are in. Sunday Night Football.
I hate
Taylor's
this woman. Like, every woman that talks like that.
You mean, with her bubbly, upbeat, very excited, somewhat condescending voice?
Very condescending.
Well, they're talking Taylor Swift. She knows her audience. She thinks she's talking to a bunch of idiots.
She's right.
Be one for the books. Over the weekend, the pop superstar attended her second Kansas City Chiefs game in a row as they faced off against the New York Jets. That game earning an average of 27 million viewers.
Wow.
Making it the most watched Sunday TV show since the Super Bowl, according to NBC Sports. Guys, what do you think the biggest...
It was a horrible game, by the way. Like, absolutely...
They didn't even mention the score.
Absolutely atrocious game.
Dude, they didn't even mention anything about the game. Who played?
Actually, it was all right. It was Jets versus the Chiefs.
Well,
and it was
the Chiefs.
Yeah, it was in New York, and the Jets actually put on a little bit of a show. I was pretty surprised. They got the backup guy for Aaron Rodgers, and he kind of brought him back. It was good for me. I won my fantasy football week because of it. Excellent performance. But
do you have Kelsey?
No, I have Garrett Wilson on the Jets, who was going to be a great pickup, except Aaron Rodgers, dropped dead in the fourth play of the game, and that was
Did
it.
you hear what Joe Rogan said?
No, I'm interested. I hope he's on my level with this was all planned out.
No, but he said Aaron Rodgers told him he's going to be back in 6 months.
So Aaron Rodgers, I read an article about it. He received an experimental new age surgery technique. I'm too stupid to understand the nuances of what they did, but it sounds like they really went for kind of some kind of grafting of bone and weird movement of ligaments, and he's going to be back within the season allegedly. So I am more aligned with the idea that this dude's 40 years old and they probably just pumped him up with all sorts of steroids they can't test for yet, and he'll be back in no time.
Oh, yeah. Stem cells, which are illegal for some reason to us.
Exactly. No, when they talk about experimental new procedures, they jacked him up with some sort of horse protein and a sheep liver, and attach some monkey tendons to him, and he's good to go.
Yeah, dude, Aaron Rodgers is trying to come back for the playoffs.
I think he could. Jets not very good without him, but I mean they did all right. Either way, what blows my mind is I tuned the game on because I was in a close fantasy football matchup and I wanted to see how my fella was faring out there on the field. And as the game was progressing, I realized, it's that Kelsey guy, all right? And then within about 2 minutes of my viewing experience, it was the Taylor Swift show. They just, oh yeah, oh man, it was every play,
So everybody,
and here's how you
know. Tuned in to watch Taylor Swift watch the game.
Yes, God. That's what happened. 27 million people tuned in to watch Taylor Swift laugh and joke around and yuck it up with Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, and Hugh Jackman was there, man. Wolverine was there with Taylor Swift.
God.
What a spectacle.
The worst part about that whole thing is Ryan Reynolds.
I knew you were going to say that, man. That's why I couldn't wait to bring this up, dude.
Jesus Christ, man.
There's something up with that dude. He doesn't age. I'm calling it now. Adrenochrome!
Oh, he's fucking some kids.
Yeah, he's eating some babies, no doubt about it. Hugh Jackman, though, conversely, aging like crazy. I mean, he looked old next to Ryan Reynolds. So, Hugh Jackman, I'm gonna say, I think I like you because you're clearly not doing the Korean foreskin to the face.
Good call.
You know what I'm saying? I'm on Team
man,
Jackman.
You look like you're aging like milk. Congratulations, you haven't fucked a kid.
You're aging quite normally, Hugh Jackman. I think you're a good guy. All right. How fucked up is that world we live in now? Every celebrity who doesn't age, I immediately just link to the adrenochrome baby ritual killing sacrifice thing. It's wild.
I don't know, man. He still looks way better than we have or ever will look.
Well, Hugh Jackman also has personal trainers, and he's been training to be Wolverine for the last 15 years.
Dude, hair plugs.
Definitely hair plugs, I guarantee it. Yeah. Is he 5'7"? Did we cover this one yet? No, I think he's 5'9". We already went over that one. But
yeah, he's gotta be
Hugh
tall.
Jackman, he is aging at least somewhat. But I also think when you live that lifestyle where you're just pumping iron, you know what I mean, and bulking up and down in the proteins, you generally do kind of age well. You know what I'm saying? Like, you pretty much, you kind of maintain that youthfulness for a little bit longer than the dude with the dad bod at 35, right?
Oh, yeah.
Dude with dad bod at 35 versus dude jacking up protein and weights, they age a little differently.
It's the testosterone. Dude, I just ran across this, which is really crazy because this kind of vindicates us. We said Danny DeVito should have been the fucking Wolverine, right?
Yes, man.
And there's this whole article about Hugh Jackman was too tall because he's 6'3". In the comic books, Wolverine was 5'3". Danny DeVito's 5'4".
Wow.
Yeah.
You gotta imagine maybe Danny DeVito tried out for it somewhere out there, right?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. He's 4'10". Oh, he's way too small.
That's pretty much a midget.
Oh, Charlie Day, 5'7". All right, there we go.
Hey now. All right, man. Yeah. The greats.
No, but that's pretty crazy. Danny DeVito's way closer than Jackman, though.
You have to be 5'3" to play Wolverine. Like, who's out? You could get Elijah Wood, maybe.
No, you can't be a little bitch. I mean, even Hugh Jackman's pretty gay, but he's at least, a top.
Yeah, he's definitely a top, but he's also definitely gay. Have you seen this dude do the musicals, man, and the dancing?
Yes.
Like, there's a lot of...
No straight man can move like that. I don't care.
There's some element to the hip swaying where a straight man is just totally incapable of going in those directions. The gyrations are just totally impossible.
No, you only can do that from years of, like, swinging your hips into a dick. Pretty sure that's the only way you could get that. Oh, you know what? To be fair, he is Australian, so he does fall into my category of I never try to judge foreigners if they're gay because it could just be them being foreign.
Oh, good call. This especially
applies. You see a guy with like tight white pants and a purse. You're like, dude, what are you doing? And then he starts talking. You're like, oh, you're from Spain.
Oh, yeah.
You look great. No, you look great.
I don't know sorry. You're psycho. I was thinking Spanish too. I was like, that must be a Spaniard you're talking to.
The gayest of the Europeans, but ironically most masculine.
Oh, the Spanish?
It's really weird.
Or the Spaniards? Yeah.
Like a very machismo to the Spaniards,
They do have a machismo gayness there, whereas comparative to, the French, which just across the board.
It's all in the mustache. The French have the gay little pencil mustache.
They do the pencil thin, man.
The Spaniards have that manly...
Yeah, you gotta...
Dick broom, I'm sweeping some dicks with this,
Yeah, the French guy's just polishing, just a little polish.
He gets them when I'm done. Finishes them up.
He's more of a feather duster. Right? Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's good stuff, man. Well, either way, we...
I forgot what we were talking about. This is what I mean. I can't believe people are talking about
we were talking about Taylor Swift.
It's like, dude, this is such a non-story.
Well, I loved it because of the ratings. That's what got me about it, is the fact that nobody's watching football. In fact, you and I have discussed how there's nobody really going to the games. I believe they are CGI implanting audience into the games live. I truly believe it.
Wouldn't surprise me.
I just don't see it being as popular of a sport as it once was. The kids aren't playing it.
This proves it that it's a show.
And
this has got to be a fake relationship. I mean,
yes.
It's not even fake. It's just so stupid. Well, it's so like set up and
do you know what the kicker to all of this is? Travis Kelce released about 2 weeks ago. Maybe I'm a little off on the date. Could have been a while ago, but it resurfaced when this love, relationship hit the air here. He was in a Pfizer commercial promoting the vaccine and getting the double vaccine and going around town and he's a Pfizer shill, and so it's interesting that commercial's out there. He's a Pfizer guy. Taylor Swift, probably the biggest pop icon in the world currently, at least biggest money maker. NFL dying in ratings. You know, you're just kind of combining a lot of major conglomerates here. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of money is coming together right in this moment. So obviously, the NFL, it's the WWE, man. This is it's a show. We're watching a production, and they've now included a love story.
I know.
That's how boring it is. That's how boring football is. They now brought in a love story.
It's okay. It might not be like scripted TV, but it's reality TV at best. Where they at least get all the characters together, kind of knowing what direction it's going to go, you know?
And just look at all the money Taylor Swift and her company around her name has made, and all the money Travis Kelce and the company around his name has now made.
They said his jerseys are selling
out. They sold out New Balance, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. I forgot about the
because she wore some New Balance, dude. So yourself. New Balance now is the hottest shoe out there, and like
we deserve everything we got coming. We deserve everything. Nobody, 4 people. One of them was apparently our mom. 4 people tuned into the Republican debate for the whole 2 hours, and then 27 million people watched Taylor Swift watch a football game.
What were the ratings for the Republican debate?
It was like 5 people, dude. I swear to God.
So funny, dude. I can't believe 27 million. Does anything on TV draw 27 million people anymore outside of the Super Bowl?
Fewer than 10 million tuned in.
Wow. So there you have it. I mean, Taylor Swift, just run for president, dude. Like, we're at that point. Somebody pick up Taylor Swift as their VP. You have a clear shot.
Don, come on, buddy.
You know, and I still think he's going to pick a chick as his running mate. If they let him run. Because now...
I think legally he'll have to pick his cellmate.
Oh, yes. That's right. It's going to be Eric. We all know. Poor Eric.
Poor Eric.
He's going to take the fall for everything.
Get him the soap on a rope.
All right, so I got the Trump trial. I clipped it because this
Which
is
one?
Yeah, that's right. The one going on with the black lady that's going after. Oh, right, I can't even do that one. Sorry. It's the one in the city with all the Democrats, and they're going after him because they politically don't. Oh no, that's all of them too. Yeah.
Is it the one where they literally ran and got elected on the fact that they said they were going to take him down for something?
That's also all of them.
That's all of them.
Yeah, damn it, man. Yeah. So Trump's civil. This is the one in. Oh my God, I really actually don't know. This is the New York one with Letitia James, right? Yeah, I think so.
Letitia, yeah.
Okay, and they are...
Did you hear the new one, LaFonza? Now they're fucking with us, dude.
Oh, we're gonna get to that too.
LaFonza?
Should we do that instead of Trump trial?
No, let's go Trump trial.
All right. Because we're gonna cover... we have senators we didn't even vote for now. Just consider that. We have senators now we didn't even vote for.
But like, what percentage of the population is black females? I think they're representative now. I mean, does it have to be all black females now?
I think at this point, just stop with the elections and tell us you've rigged it all and you're just appointing people from here on out, and we can all just eat our bug burgers and work all day, every day.
Yeah. Now, the only question I have is, was it Pelosi or Newsom? Who killed Feinstein?
I know. We covered it. It was DePappy. They got video footage of him and his hammer in his underwear.
But he's just the tool, so it was Pelosi.
It was Pelosi. That's right.
Okay.
So, the Trump trial is on. This is a huge farce. I love it because Trump came out in the middle of it and did his usual, I'm going to start screaming at the cameras and reporters. Just my favorite thing about
this fraud case where no one was defrauded.
Yeah,
Nobody's complaining.
The fraud case where they actually proved during the opening statements that 80% of the fraud cases are already passed where they could be tried on.
Oh. You know what that means? Next year they're going to pass a law that gives amnesty to the state for 1 year so they can go back.
Exactly.
Just like they did with the rape case.
Yes, that's right. We had to have COVID so we could suspend that time limit, right?
Yeah, don't ever forget, they literally changed the law so that she could sue Trump.
You talking about E. Jean Carroll?
Yes.
The lady who can't remember the place or the time or the year? Yeah, that's right.
She got raped.
She believe every woman, man. That's how it works. So Trump is on trial for this fraud, and this is just absurd, but, I had to do it because I love you all. I hope you have a tall glass of some fresh, cool water. You're going to get parched.
Donald Trump appeared in a Manhattan courtroom Monday for the start of a civil trial brought by New York Attorney General Letitia James. Trump and his business partners, including his adult sons, Eric and Donald Trump Jr., are accused of fraudulently inflating the value of the Trump Organization's assets by billions to obtain loans and favorable business deals. James is seeking to fine Trump $250 million and is asking for a permanent ban on Trump family members running a business in New York.
No matter how powerful you are, no matter how much money you think you may have, no one is above the law. And it is my responsibility and my duty and my job to enforce it. The law is both powerful and fragile. And today in court, we will prove our case.
Trump, you're making a mockery of the law just by doing this.
I mean, you're spending all this time. Isn't this like the second case you have against this man in New York?
It's just always projection with these people, man.
But not only that, man. You got serious problems in New York. Maybe you should stop focusing so much on Trump.
Not only are your streets flooded with migrants, your streets are literally flooded. They're rivers, man.
And even before they were flooded, there's no more room.
They got no vacancy, dude. There's just nowhere to put people. It's crazy over there, man. Pure anarchy. All right, we'll continue down this nonsense.
Will receive a bench trial presided over by New York Supreme Court Justice Arthur Engoron after Trump's lawyers did not request a jury trial. Speaking to reporters outside the court Monday, Trump
I wonder why.
Attorney General James, who's African-American, as a racist and called Judge Engoron a disgrace.
He's a Democrat operative, and he's a disgrace to people that call themselves judges. This is a judge that should be disbarred. This is a judge that should be out of office. This is a judge that some people say could be charged criminally for what he's doing.
On Monday, over 30 advocacy groups, including CREW, that's Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, and
Guys, these wow.
Who?
On Monday, over 30 advocacy groups, including CREW, that's Citizens for Responsibility and Ethics in Washington, and Public Citizen, published an open letter.
Citizens Responsibility and Ethics, what? In Washington?
Oh, man. You guys got to shorten these words up, man.
Calling for the protection of juries in Trump's 4 ongoing criminal cases. The letter cites Trump's harassment of jurors in Georgia and Washington, D.C., adding, quote, these attacks threaten centuries-old American institutions designed by the framers to hold to account any leader who would be king, unquote.
Wow.
Jesus Christ, guys.
Would be king. Amazing.
It really is, man. You guys have lost your minds when it comes to Trump.
This is truly derangement.
If you don't see that they're using him to distract you from everything they're doing, nobody's even paying attention to the shit the Democrats are doing.
Aren't you guys paying attention? It's like...
All right, here we go. We got to start off with Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, man!
Oh, you're not into that? Oh, we got Trump indictment number 5.
Oh, dude, this is pretty ridiculous stuff. They also, I read this morning, he put a gag order onto the old Trumpster there. He's apparently, I don't know, not allowed to talk anymore to the media. His favorite thing to do.
Yeah, no. They're just going to do everything they can to limit him from doing anything like campaigning or talking or anything, you know? It's crazy.
Right, so...
I don't understand how this is not election interference.
Who's supporting this? Like, is Rob Reiner out there right now just, like, you know, constantly masturbating at all times? Like,
I'm sure by now he's trying to put cream on it.
He's probably got some a little bit of rug burn going on there. Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, I really don't know. I mean, Democrats love it. It's
all right. Yeah, I guess it to me,
this
it
is what
seems...
they want. They want Trump in jail. They want him. I don't know.
I keep seeing these images, and they just, to me, shout, you know, this is a mockery of our system. You know, it's starting to feel like this is going to drag on. I didn't realize it a while ago, but now I'm starting to see you creeps are going to drag this stuff on all the way for the next 12 months.
Oh, yeah. Right before the election is when you're going to get, like, you know, everything's going to be found guilty.
Yes. Oh, I guarantee they have something planned for it. Oh, yeah. Oh, oh, man. It's weird. I'll be honest. I don't even know what he's being tried for anymore.
Yeah, I totally forgot.
They've had to throw on so much stuff, and it's so complicated. It's almost like a QAnon theory at this point. They're like following their own QAnon theories.
Yeah.
It's pretty nuts.
One of the really ironic things is there's like some internal messaging from the Biden administration.
Oh, yeah.
That reveals that for the longest time now, internally, they've been talking about how part of the problem with the money they're sending over there is the rampant corruption within the energy sector. In Ukraine.
Oh.
And
wow.
And it looks really bad because, you know what I mean, Burisma, you know? And I just found out, you know, Mitch McConnell's, he was like one of the few Republicans that was like, no, we need to agree with a budget that has money for Ukraine. Dude, he also had a nephew or something that worked at Burisma.
I think every politician in one way or another had their hands involved in Ukraine. Ukraine was a major moneymaker. It was the most corrupt country on the planet. It was known as the place to partake in, you know, laundering and debauchery.
And just get money from a corrupt, you know. It's crazy.
It's why they staged the coup and installed Zelensky in the first place, man. Like, it's you know, the whole thing was all just to, you know, have all this bogus business going on there, and nobody was checking in on it, right? And also Ukraine. I mean, this whole time, it's a country filled with Nazis,
which is the worst part.
It is the worst part. It means we've been partnered up with the Nazis for a long time. And it's not just now or something modern. Just take a look on the old Google machine, folks, and you can search Operation Paperclip, I believe was the name. And Operation Paperclip was they moved by Dulles, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember the exact fella at the time involved in the U.S. government, but I believe it was this major move where they successfully extracted several dozen, if not more, of these...
1,600 German scientists, engineers, and technicians.
1,600, sorry. So, folks, we're Nazis. I hope you realize that, okay?
We're run by Nazis.
We are literally Nazis. That's
For
who we
sure.
are. That's what happened here. And, yeah, Operation Paperclip, we extracted all their engineers, their scientists, all the people who were doing the weirdo biological experiments on the retards. Like, we took all of them over here, and we absorbed all their knowledge, and then we figured out how to re-engineer their spaceship so we could fly to their Nazi base on the moon.
Maybe we are still part of the Third Reich.
Maybe we were the Third
Reich.
Reich.
It would last 1,000 years.
It's a good call. I mean, I mean, the victors write the history books. If the Third Reich won, but they didn't, maybe the Nazis won, but they didn't call it. We didn't call ourselves the Nazis anymore because it looked bad. You know what I'm saying? So we'll switch the sides.
Because the world found out about the camp.
Yeah, you switch the sides, right? You change the words around.
Little refresh to be fresh.
Refresh to be fresh. Yeah. It's just the Nazi way, man. That's how they did it. Operation Paperclip. Take a look. It happened.
That's great.
That's how we got NASA.
1600. Yeah.
1600. That's a lot of smart Nazis coming over here. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't think it was that many, to be totally honest.
Yeah, neither did I. 1600 Nazis?
Seems a little high. I'm not.
Yeah.
It seems like we just took the Nazis over.
Or they took over us, I'm telling you.
Oh, you think we were taken over? That could be.
Yeah, we brought in 1,600 of the smartest people in Germany. I mean, they just took over.
Yeah, maybe you're right. That's a good call. It's kind of like there's a Philip K. Dick novel out there about, based in like a what if kind of scenario where the Nazis and the Japanese like won the World War.
Mm-hmm.
And they kind of split up America. They made a TV show about it not too long ago. I never watched it, but killer book. If I can remember the title, I can't right now.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah, that's all right. Well, Philip K. Dick. We're smart guys over here. The Dude Man Podcast.
Educated.
That's right. Well, speaking of educated dudes and ladies and lady fellas, I assume or presume many of which in the we were discussing the SAG-AFTRA stuff earlier and the writer's strike. Well, Tom Hanks was in the news recently, and he made a dire warning to the public. Did you catch this Tom Hanks news?
No, I did not.
Man, it's pretty huge. He claimed that there's this comic who killed himself out there who said that he was a pedophile. And he's like, no, folks, that's just fake news. Fake news.
What do you mean? What's fake news? That
he's a pedophile?
Or that Tom Hanks said it?
No, I'm just kidding around.
Oh.
You remember the Isaac Cappy guy, right? We were talking about the Isaac Cappy a while back.
Yeah.
Isaac Cappy identified Tom Hanks as one of the pedophiles in Hollywood, like one of the major player pedophiles. And Tom Hanks, right before Isaac Cappy allegedly killed himself, Tom Hanks Instagrammed out a photo of roadkill. And there was a lot of cryptic messaging behind the photograph and what he put in the text of the photograph. And then that dude died by throwing himself off an overpass onto oncoming traffic. So,
it's a little weird.
Tom Hanks has a dire warning about AI. And I love anything with AI. You know that.
To the newest warning about the threat posed by artificial...
Oh, that's right, folks. Make sure your hair is combed. I hope you all took a shower. Little banaka up there in the mouth.
Sorry, Dave. I'm still in my work clothes.
That's right. Dave doesn't mind. He's an animal, right? He loves to... he'll rip those clothes off no matter what. No matter what you're wearing. All right, we're going to talk Tom Hanks.
To the newest warning about the threat posed by artificial intelligence. Tonight, the warning comes from actor Tom Hanks, warning Americans not to get duped by a new pitch. He says it's not him. Here's ABC's Kanan Whip.
That's not me banging the kids, all right? Whatever video you see of me banging the kids, it's not me.
It's AI. Sir, it's on a reel, and we got it from Epstein's Island.
That's all AI, man. These politicians now, all this weirdo shit, this is why they're big on the AI. Weirdo, creepy footage and photographs now are going to come out of all these celebrities and politicians. They're just going to blanket blame AI for everything.
Oh, good call. For sure.
They'll be able to deny anything that comes out of Epstein Island on AI.
Sure.
Oh, that's AI, clearly.
No, the girl I fucked was 18. AI made it 16 in the movie. Swear to God.
There's something up with the AI, and why is Tom Hanks now the face of it?
Tonight, one of Hollywood's most beloved stars warning against the dangers of artificial intelligence. Tom Hanks sharing this on Instagram, writing, "Beware, there's a video out there promoting some dental plan with an AI version of me. I have nothing to do with it." The actor seeking to protect his fans from being duped by the power of technology when videos, likenesses, even voices can be manipulated by AI. The use of artificially generated...
It's weird because we did a clip about a month ago talking about actors selling their likenesses, and Tom Hanks was one of the actors who was into it.
Well, that's probably why they went after him.
Really? Oh, good call. Oh, yeah.
Images in the entertainment industry, one of the core issues at the heart of the SAG-AFTRA strike, actors seeking protection against their image being used without their consent. Hanks cautioning against artificial intelligence in a recent interview.
Outside of the understanding that it's been done with AI or deep fake, there'll be nothing to tell you that it's not me and me alone.
And David, Hanks is just the latest to warn about the dangers that AI can pose. This, as lawmakers are trying to figure out how to regulate it and protect consumers.
Oh, yeah. We got to protect the consumers, man. That's right. You don't want a fake Tom Hanks out there selling you a trip on the Lolita Express when it's not even a trip. All right? You're just getting swindled.
Frank, as always, you know who's hurt the most is the black and brown community.
That's right. I can't believe they didn't... When are they going to toss that in with the AI, man? They always toss it in. That's climate change, right? Everything.
I mean, you know how stupid they are, Frank. They can't even get a driver's license or an ID.
Well, you know, you are really onto something with that, actually. They're probably going to start going... They always accuse the minority groups of not being able to figure things out on their own. You know what I'm saying? That's always how the news frames it. It's so incredibly racist. It's insane. Like, black people can't get an ID. You've seen these people? Come on.
I just saw that clip of Biden again. It's my favorite clip when he's like, "Come on." What does he say? Poor kids are just as smart as white kids.
Yeah, man. Dude, Biden has said some racist stuff. It's incredible.
So racist. Poor kids are just as smart as white kids. That is terrible, dude.
They just scrub the internet clean, and we're all goldfish, so nobody remembers. That's how easy it is to get away with it, dude. Like, it's really crazy.
Yeah.
All right, so Tom Hanks, AI, he's freaking out. He's selling fake underwear or whatever it is out there. You know, it's weird because, again, we did a clip on him being one of these actors who's, like, going into the whole, I'm going to do my likeness and make money off of it so my family can cut checks after I die. Remember, he was the one who said, "What if I get hit by a bus tomorrow?"
Right.
It was a really weird thing to say, and now that I think about it, why did he use the hit by a bus metaphor when that dude Isaac Cappy was probably hit by a bus?
Oh.
Dude, Tom Hanks, he's always dropping nuggets about how he was probably responsible for killing Isaac Cappy, for exposing the fact that he and Steven Spielberg diddle the kiddies.
Or maybe it's like one of those things like they take him out by killing him with a bus, but then your time is coming. You get the bus too.
Or what if you have to be the guy driving the bus?
Whoa.
You imagine you get on the bus and you're like, is that Tom Hanks? Nah, can't be. It's Tom Hanks just with a baseball cap on.
I'm researching for a role. Just sit down.
Don't say nothing. You didn't see anything.
If anybody asks, it was Christian Bale.
Yeah, man. I think there's something going on here. I love... Oh, yeah, the cryptic messaging from Tom Hanks. Everybody look it up. The guy's a weirdo. He's part of the Black Eye Club. And if you're part of the Black Eye Club, you're part of the Adrenochrome Club. Everybody knows that. So, he's in it. No doubt about it.
Definitely diddled some kids. You can just tell.
Yeah, I think it's just obvious with these weirdos.
I don't think Tom Hanks. Come on, he's a good guy. He got to be.
You think Tom Hanks is a good guy? I think it's easy to see him as the good guy, But again, I'm kind of hedging on the dude who was like thrown off an overpass, after saying he was not suicidal.
I know, but
after exposing all these actors.
The thing about it is I don't think you can work that long in Hollywood without shit coming out about you being like a piece of garbage. Like Ellen and all these people, And you just don't hear stories about Tom Hanks being a dick.
Well, no, he's not a dick to people. He does weird, creepy stuff in, like, sex chambers and, behind the scenes.
So, like, when he wants to be a dick on set, he bottles it up and then takes it out on a kid who's tied up in his trailer.
Oh, yes, that's exactly it, man, yeah. I don't know. It's hard for me to understand why these weirdos are into this kind of stuff. And I usually tend to err on the, it's not really... Like, I wasn't big on the Pizzagate thing. Do you remember Pizzagate?
Yeah, of course.
And Pizzagate was based off of a lot of info between Podesta and Hillary Clinton from the WikiLeaks, outbreak from a decade ago or so. And, there was a lot of weird, creepy innuendos and, kind of language used there. And that made it, like, I don't know, I wasn't into it, but there was kind of this element of, well, why would they have those emails? You know what I'm saying? Like, why are they sharing that kind of info or talking like that? And when this dude revealing conversations he would have with people and stuff like Seth Green and whatnot, and, having info on all these celebrities, you think like, well, it's kind of detailed. It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
And you didn't hear about this stuff with a lot of other people. Like, there's a ton of actors out there. There's a ton of politicians out there.
That's what I mean. It's like they almost want. I don't know. It seems like you're like wanting it too much. Tom Hanks, he played Mr. Rogers.
Well, I think that's like an in your face. Like, look at this pedophile. He's Mr. Rogers now. We ruined your hero.